In a quiet suburban neighborhood, a cheerful boy named Brayan spent every single day with his big brother, Ethan. Their bond was something truly special. They weren't just brothers. They were the best of friends. You could always find them in the yard, laughing as they kicked a soccer ball back and forth, or hidden away in a blanket fort they'd built in the living room, sharing secrets and dreams. For Brayan, Ethan was his hero, his guide, and his constant companion. The world was perfect as long as Ethan was by his side. But one sunny afternoon, the familiar rhythm of their lives was about to change. Ethan started packing his bags. Piles of clothes, books, and memories were being carefully folded and placed into suitcases. He was leaving for college, moving to a city far away. Brayan tried to help, his small hands folding a t-shirt, but his heart felt heavy. He fought back tears, not wanting his brother to see how sad he was. The moment came too soon. As Ethan's car pulled away from the curb, a profound silence fell over the house. It was a quiet Brayan had never experienced before. The world suddenly seemed a little less bright. The days that followed were tough. The house, once filled with laughter and the sound of two brothers playing, now felt empty and vast. The soccer ball sat untouched in the yard, a lonely reminder of the games they used to play. Brayan found himself wandering through the rooms, the silence amplifying his loneliness. He missed their late-night talks, the silly jokes, and the comforting feeling of just knowing his big brother was there. It felt like a part of him was missing, and he didn't know how to fill the void. He struggled to find his footing in this new, quieter life. It was a lonely journey, and Brayan felt lost without his best friend. Then one morning, something changed. As Brayan sat at his desk, feeling the familiar weight of sadness, he noticed a small folded piece of paper. It was a letter. His heart skipped a beat as he recognized the handwriting. It was from Ethan. With trembling hands, he unfolded it. The words were simple, but they carried the weight of their entire brotherhood. "You're stronger than you think," Ethan had written. "Keep shining for both of us." Reading those words was like a switch flipping inside him. It was a reminder that even though Ethan was far away, their bond was still there, and his brother still believed in him. Inspired by Ethan's words, a new sense of purpose began to bubble up inside Brayan. He wasn't just going to wait for his brother to come back. He was going to start living again. He pulled out his old sketch pad and began to draw, filling pages with vibrant colors and imaginative worlds. He dove into books, letting stories carry him to faraway lands. He even found himself in the yard one afternoon, not just kicking the soccer ball alone, but teaching a younger kid from next door how to do a perfect kick, just like Ethan had taught him. He was passing on the lessons, the love, and the light his brother had given him. Slowly but surely, the house began to feel full again. It wasn't the same as before. The boisterous laughter of two brothers was replaced by something different, something quieter, but just as meaningful. It was filled with the rustle of turning pages, the scratch of a pencil on paper, and the cheerful shouts from the yard as a new friendship blossomed. The house was now filled with Brayan's own light, his own courage, and his own unique brand of happiness. He was no longer just Ethan's little brother. He was becoming his own person, discovering his own strengths and passions. He was growing. Months passed, and the seasons began to change. Then, one weekend, a familiar car pulled up to the curb. Ethan was home for a visit. As he stepped out of the car, he saw Brayan waiting on the porch. He was taller, his smile was brighter, and he stood with a quiet confidence that wasn't there before. They ran towards each other, and the hug they shared was filled with all the words they hadn't said. It was a hug of reunion, of pride, and of unconditional love. As they held each other, Brayan whispered, "I missed you, but I learned how to be brave on my own." In that moment, Ethan saw it clearly. His little brother wasn't so little anymore. He had faced the loneliness and the change head-on and had emerged stronger, more resilient, and more himself. Brayan's journey shows us something beautiful about life. Change, especially when it means saying goodbye to someone we love, can feel incredibly lonely and difficult. It can feel like a piece of us is gone forever. But it's often in those quiet, challenging moments that we discover a strength we never knew we had. It is where we find the space to grow into the person we are truly meant to be. The quiet house didn't break Brayan. It gave him the canvas to paint his own masterpiece. His story is a powerful reminder that while we cherish the people who shape us, our greatest growth happens when we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. We learn to shine our own light. So, if you're facing a big change, remember Brayan. Remember that even when it feels lonely, it's an opportunity to discover your own courage, your own passions, and your own incredible strength. You are stronger than you think. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this story with me today. If this message resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more inspiring content. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, keep growing and keep shining.